pressure is higher. You can tell that Dwyer, Larry, Barnes and behind them was trying to get pressure on the center backs when not allowing us to build out of the back. I thought we handled it pretty well on that end of it. So, in the other games we score early against New England and that puts them on their heels. Against Dallas, it was a bit different. They didn't pressure as much.
Mm-hmm. And the team a few times this season has given up goals within minutes of scoring. In the past, you said it's just a matter of focus for the entire game. Is that still true against Orlando City? Or
yeah, of course it is. I mean, the most important times after you score are the first 5 minutes. Usually you say that, and unfortunately, we didn't take care of that. I think the result reflected that, unfortunately. But at the same time, we fight back. We fight back 3 times, and it's an unbeaten week of games, so that's pretty good.
Is that possibly just the focus kind of turning off for a second? Is that possibly just fatigue, third game in 6 or 7 days, maybe a factor?
No, I mean, to be honest, you watch the goals and there's 3 really good balls and 3 good headers. I'm not trying to take the blame away from us, but sometimes you just have to say, okay, they put in a good ball and we're able to score.
The other team is trying to win too.
Yeah, of course.
Do you look like yesterday? Philadelphia played in the New York Red Bulls. Do you look at other? Like you had an off day. Do you look at other games? Do you kind of scoreboard watch or standings watch? Or,
yeah, of course. This time of year, I mean, it's exciting. It's fun to watch the league, I think. And then obviously at this point, with our positioning being so close to the line, you want to see what everyone else is doing. But it's also future opponents. We play Philly coming up pretty soon, so all those things go into it.
Yeah, and then also Los Angeles, they're coming in a team that's not in a playoff position and they're dealing with their struggles. Does that make them a more dangerous opponent, or you've been on different teams over the years and they're going through some disarray, they're traveling across the country. What do you think their mentality will be?
Well, I think, if you're in that position, I've been in that position, you're kind of playing for your contracts. You're playing for the next season. You're playing to make sure that you can show the club you're a guy that wants to be around. I think that's obviously very dangerous. But every team, you want to win, especially coming off of a loss. So you feel like you have something to prove. For us, it's another game that we feel like we're at home and we should perform well.
Thoughts on the long home stretch, getting to play in front of this Bucs fan base?
It makes things better. I mean, the stretch of games is obviously really difficult, but to not have to travel and then to every time you walk out on the field have all those people behind you, it makes it pretty easy. I mean, if you are able to jump on the game early, you get all those people behind you, it gives you a bump.
Has the field changed your strategy? I know you're not going to specifics, but as far as being turf or like a wider field, have you noticed any differences? Just you've played a few games now there that when you're in the tactics room, that you're saying, hey, we can try this now. We can maybe approach our opponent this way differently than Bobby Dodd?
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know how the dimensions stack up.
Seems wider.
70, 110 at Bobby Dodd and 75, 115 or so.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not something we talk about. I think on the field you can feel it sometimes. So last week, especially defensively, being more in the back line for me, it felt a bit bigger. So there's more space to cover. You have to be aware of that, especially the teams with good forwards.
Anything else?
And how's the team's conditioning look? How's the fatigue levels?
I think we're okay. I think that obviously Wednesday was kind of a bizarre game, and to play however many minutes we played with up a man, up 2 men, it changed the feel of the week. I think that it would have been obviously a heavier load if we were going 11 versus 11. But Saturday is a difficult game. Saturday takes a lot out of you, so we have to rebound. But we get the extra day. It's not Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday.
I was curious if Saturday kind of offset Wednesday because you kept having to fight back.
Yeah, I think so. The extra day. Yesterday was a good recovery day. Today's kind of a normal 2 days out, and then I get tomorrow to prepare.